is a work of imaginary. There is no connection with the real idol's life with Mafia. It's the purpose of entertainment, which should not be taken seriously. This is a real fanfiction channel, boys and boys love. The pics, TIF, and music are not mine. And credit goes to the original creators. I own the storylines, voice, and the editing. If you have complaint about something or form the content is being used in an incorrect way, comment in video or email me. Wait, if you are new, then don't skip. I don't want you to regret to follow me or read my FF without knowing about this. I'm not good at English grammar, kindly ignores my mistake in spelling. Also, I don't get time to check. And second, it's not my first language. I am not good at adding emotions in my story, but I try to make the story in an easy way, so you could understand it. Most important, I will change the bottom top by my mood. People like Kook as top more than Tae, but sometimes the characters suit Tae as well. Below the sound, use your own playlist while reading my fiction. Hope you all enjoy my story and support me as well. See you soon in my next story.
Welcome back to ONESHOT Fiction channel. Warning, maybe you would not like the ending. Read the story title again or description before starting reading it. A bunch of boys were playing football in the school playground. Their age are 13 to 17. A boy kicked football with all his strength to remove all frustration and anger on football. All groups when they realized that football has crossed school's boundary and went to an empty house area which is so creepy. People say there is a ghost and many creepy things happen. All looked at Taehyung with shock. Cause as their rule was, if someone threw the ball far, they had to go by themselves to take it back. But that place is not a common place. Taehyung did not say anything and walked back when a boy spoke, one of the bad boys. "Where do you think you are going, Kim? Scaredy cat." He laughed, but he saw his friend are not giving any response to support him. Taehyung's best friend spoke. "Are you crazy? Don't you know? This is a haunted house. No one ever has gone to in that creepy place. Are you serious thinking about letting Taehyung to go there?" That boy smirked. His name is Kai. Kai said, "Oh, you little one, shut your mouth. I don't care. I want that football and he will go." Taehyung spoke. "Jimmy, stop arguing with nonsense people. You know I'm not scared of that hunting thing." And turned himself toward Kai. "And for your kind information, I was actually going to that place." While saying he turned himself, walking away, leaving everyone shocked. Jimin shouted, "Taehyung!" He ran behind Taehyung. Taehyung spoke. "Don't worry, Jimmy. I will back. Trust me." Patting his head. Jimin spoke. "Then I will come with you, cause I trust you." Taehyung stopped walking. They were out of school. He turned himself toward Jimin and spoke. "Next class will start soon. Don't skip." Women looked back. There his two seniors were running behind them. Jimin spoke. "Jungkook and Jinhyung, what are you doing here?" Jin spoke. "All students are talking about Taehyung. Is it really true? You are going there?" Taehyung nodded. Jungkook spoke. "We are also coming." Then he took his bag and walked past from Taehyung, who was quite shocked. As Jungkook never helped anyone in school, means no interest. He's a cold person who never speaks more than Jin and Jimin. He rarely interacted with Taehyung, but helping was far away. Jungkook and Jin were 18. Taehyung and others walked behind Jungkook. After 50 minutes, they reached that silent place. Looking at the surrounding, Seokmin were terrified as hell. But Taemin was just capturing the place with curious eyes. Taehyung's friends were strict as hell. They always forced Taehyung to do everything which can make them feel proud in society. But his parents were out today because of a business party. He got the chance to feel relief, removing all his frustration on football. Tae looked at the door of house. That was already open. He turned himself toward his friends, then said, "I don't think that football has entered in that house area. Maybe we should look around this place." All friends looked at him and nodded. Suddenly it started feeling cold, but they were confused because it was hot summer. While praying, Jimin went to held Yoongi's hand tightly, who just glanced at him. He knows Taehyung is so close to Jimin, and he has feelings for this little one. How can he let Taehyung go there alone when he secretly cares for the younger as a brother? Jin also went to Taehyung, and all started to look here and there. Taehyung did not know that what a trouble he will bring with him, that caused off everyone's life. Suddenly his eyes fall on a toy that was laying on beside a tree. It was a cute Fulfully doll, which attracted Taehyung toward himself. He picked it up but was confused why this cute bunny was here. But when his hand touched the bunny, everything started changing. Tae looked at the sky. The weather started to change to worse. Then fog started coming. Tae gloves now. He was scared. His friends were already felt something wrong, but Yoongi finally found football. He called everyone and said, "Let's go." They all nodded and held each other's hand together. Tae looked at the bunny. His mind was telling him to grab it and run, so he did it. He took the bunny with him, his life's biggest mistake. They all went back to school and threw that football on Kai, making him fall on ground. Everyone's eyes fell on Taehyung, who had come back safely with football. Their mouth was huge open. It was really surprised that Taehyung really did what he meant. He is real hero. They all clapped for Taehyung for his braveness. Taehyung just walked quickly with Jimin and Jin. Yoongi already left. It was already end of his class. Taehyung did not take the bunny to school. He hid it outside in the corner of a tree near the school wall. After he packed his stuff and come to his home while running, he was all alone in his big home. Not to worry, there is bodyguard, servants, and watchmen too for his safety. His parents helped fix everything according to Taehyung's needs. Tae went inside his room and sat on the bed. He looked at the bunny, then smiled. The bunny was really cute. He placed a kiss on the bunny. Taehyung spoke. Who can put a bunny at that creepy place when no one dares to even think about it? Matt knocked on his door and asked, "What would you like to eat for dinner?" Taehyung thought for a moment and said, "I'm not hungry. Please don't tell Mom and Dad." She nodded and left. Then he looked at himself, and his clothes were dirty. He placed the bunny on bed. He was little confused why this bunny is shining so bright and clean, being in a dirty place. Well, he went inside the bathroom to shower. The bunny eye suddenly changed into red once, and a creepy smile formed on his lips, and suddenly the bunny changed into a dark figure and smirked heavily. Then his eyes fell on the photo of a boy. Oops, his boy. His baby doll. He walked toward the photo and picked it up. He smiled creepy, looking at the innocent boy, and licked the photo. He heard water sound. He disappeared and directly came in the shower where Tae was bathing. Jae was invisible because he could not see him. Jae looked at Taehyung's bare body. He leaned and sniffed Taehyung's neck. It was so intoxicating. He touched his cheeks and kissed them so softly and chewy. But Tae could not feel it. Lastly, his eyes fell on Taehyung's lips. He touched Tae's lips with his tongue. Tae finished his shower and wore his clothes, not knowing someone was looking at his every movement. He came out of the bathroom wearing his clothes for sleep. He looked at his bed, but he did not find the bunny where it was before. He looked here and there, then his eyes fell on the bunny that was laying on the floor. He tried to pick it up, but he saw someone's leg. He gulped and slowly looked up to see who was he. And when he saw the figure, he screamed his lungs out. Jungkook was standing in front of him. The tears started to falling. He was scared to the core. He tried to push him, but Jungkook was unfazed. Taehyung said while shuddering, "Please let me go." Jungkook chuckled and held him tightly, not liking how his baby doll was telling him to go away. Jungkook lifted Taehyung's chin and shoved him. Jungkook spoke, "Sure, my love, you helped me to escape from the cursed house, and now I will always be with you for forever," he said manically. Tae shook his head, tried to say something, but his word was scared to come out. Jungkook picked Taehyung in brutal style and laid him on the bed, and then himself lay beside him. Taehyung mumbled closely, his eyes tightly eyeing me. Jungkook said while caressing Tae's cheeks, "I don't know, maybe destiny chose you for me," he said with a smile. Tae looked up and said in a low voice, collecting some courage, "What you gonna do with me?" Jungkook leaned and said, "I will protect you from danger, Evil Eyes." He continued speaking and spoke, "Bad people, and if someone tries to bother you, then I will punish them all." Taehyung's mouth was parted. One thing Taehyung knows, even if he tries to escape from him, he cannot, cause he is a human, so he needs to be strong. But only he knows how hard time he was having in a creepy figure's arm. He said, "What's your name?" Jungkook kissed Taehyung's cheeks and said, "You can call me Bunny." Taehyung nodded and slowly hugged Jungkook to confirm if this bunny really wanted him to protect or it's just a trap for him. Taehyung's point of view, if Bunny will be with me, then no one will bother me. I can do anything I want without fear. It is a good chance for me to be free. But Taehyung is not that type of boy who will do naughty things. This thought made Tae a little happy, but not much satisfied. He has no idea about these things. Tae started drifting in his dreamland while Jungkook's hands were tracing his hair. He slept peacefully, not knowing how many lives they are going to take from tomorrow. Tae woke up the next morning and his parents were already back. The first thing Taehyung saw was Jungkook's mask-covered face that was staring at him like he did not sleep the whole night. Tae rubbed his eyes and asked in his sleepy tone, "Did not you sleep?" Jungkook shook his head as no, "I never slept." Tae asked with confusion, "Then what did you do, Bunny, the whole night?" Jungkook smiled creepily. How sweet his name Bunny was coming from Taehyung's mouth. He pulled Taehyung closer and kissed his forehead. Taehyung was shocked cause he was not pushing him, he was literally feeling attracted to him. He just closed his eyes. Jungkook said nothing, was just staring at the most beautiful person in the world. Taehyung blushed and hid his face in his palms. Jungkook juggled and kissed Taehyung's palms and kissed Taehyung's. Taehyung pointed of view, "Why the hell I am blushing?" Now Taehyung's cheeks were white like a tomato. He himself has no clue about this feeling. Jungkook whispered in Taehyung's ears, "My beer." Then Taehyung's mother yelled from downstairs, "Tae, get up and get ready for school." Taehyung yelled back, "Yes, Mom." Taehyung got up from his bed and went inside the bathroom to get ready. Jungkook was still on the bed, with dark eyes, not liking how his baby boy's mother disturbed his and his beer's moment. Tae was now sitting on the dining table chair and Jungkook was standing behind him, protecting him. Tae looked at the food, or more like green veggies. He did not like it. Tae looked at Jungkook with his puppy eyes. He pointed toward his food, thinking, will Jungkook help him? But how? Jungkook understood and did some magic. Without his parents noticing, Jungkook's food changed into pizza and noodles. Taehyung's face lighted up, and he gave a fly kiss to Jungkook, who caught it and kissed back. Tae was smiling. His parents noticed him, but did not say anything. If they have said something, maybe it was their last day for sure. Taehyung completed his dish like a good boy and left for his room. Taehyung sighed in relief and smiled widely. Jungkook just smiled his little fulfully beer. Taehyung was collecting his notebook. Jungkook slid his hands on his waist, who flinched by sudden touch. He turned himself to Jungkook, being nervous by their closeness, and fear was showing in his big glassy eyes. Jungkook's eyes were darkened. He kissed Taehyung's forehead. Taehyung was not feeling his lips on his skin. Cause Jungkook never revealed his scary face, but still Taehyung can see his scars on his face. Soon Taehyung was in school. He was talking with his friends, but suddenly Kai disturbed him. Cause from yesterday, everyone is talking about Taehyung and his braveness. Jungkook gritted his teeth. He did not like Kai's presence. Jungkook was standing. Jungkook started to lose his control. He wanted his baby bear just for himself, but he still compromised himself for Taehyung's only one friend, Jimin, who always helped him in his bad times, which made Jungkook stays a little clean till that Kai come between them. It was lunchtime. Chai was eating his food with his friend. Jimin and Jungkook was beside him. Then suddenly he heard screaming sounds. He looked up and saw teachers and a student running in the opposite direction. He did not mind because he was focusing on his food. Then one student came and said to Taehyung, "You guys know, our classmate and teacher jumped from the rooftop." Taehyung's eyes widened in horror, and Jimin ran behind the boy and reached their dead bodies. Tears started falling from his eyes. He saw 5 dead bodies, but everyone had a question: why did they jump? Tai, another student, was crying in fear and sudden shock. Everywhere was blood. Jungkook was behind him, making flashback. When Taehyung did not respond, his 3 friends surrounded him with evil plan. Jimin pulled Taehyung by his hand and tried to walk away, but Kai held Taehyung's other hand. Which was his biggest mistake. Suddenly he felt current. He jerked his hand away from Taehyung with shock. Taehyung turned himself after hearing his teacher calling their name. The teacher spoke. "What's going on here?" All get silent cause he was Kai's father. "You," pointed on Taehyung. "Why your parents has always followed with us. If you are not focusing on your studies as much as your parents want, it is your problem. Do not call me again," he said, lastly glaring at Kai. Back to present time. Jungkook said in his mind, "Baby, I sent them to God. Now my bear will stay peacefully." Tai ran from there. He did not want to face anyone. He was sitting on the stairs. Jungkook appeared and made Tai sit on his lap and started caressing his cheeks with his fingers. Tai leaned and lay on Jungkook's chest. Jackie was heavily smirked. Jackie asked, "My love, what happened? Why my baby is sad?" Tai said, "My classmate and teacher." Jungkook kissed Taehyung's cheeks and said, "Love, they did not suicide." Tai looked at Jungkook with confusion and asked, "So what happened to them? Who killed them?" Jungkook spoke, "I did not like their behavior toward my bear. Your bunny was hurt, so I killed them. Look how much your bunny loves you and protects you." Jake said and kissed Taehyung's whole face. Taehyung's heart dropped in his stomach. His whole body felt cold and freezy. He immediately got up from Jungkook's lap. Jungkook's eyes became red, which made Taehyung's body shivers. Taehyung's fear was increasing with each second. Jungkook said darkly, "Why? My love wanted me to kill more like your best friend." Taehyung's tears were falling. He shook his head as no. Jungkook got up and stood in front of Taehyung. He pinned Taehyung to the wall, making Taehyung's eyes widen. Taehyung was not able to stand properly because of sudden shock that he was the reason for their deaths. Jungkook said, "Say you love bunny." Jackie leaned and started sniffing Taehyung's neck. Tae has no other option. He can fight with a human, but not with an unknown figure. But he was also angry at himself for why he is so weak under his dark aura gaze. He closed his eyes and said, "I love Bunny." Jae backed away and smiled creepily, and picked him up in his arms. Then he slowly pecked Taehyung's lips, making Taehyung more shocked. His throat got dry. His body was shaking badly, removing blood everywhere. Jungkook said happily, "I love you too, my dear." Then he hugged Tae tightly. Tae just hugged him back, cause he was not feeling his eyes blurry. He don't want to lose his best friend. Later, Tae went his home. Tae was doing his homework to somehow ignore Jungkook's presence. He was not able to study. His eyes were filled with tears. Jae was staring at him. Taehyung's face was already red cause of crying. His father came and yelled at him, making him flinch. "Tae, what is that?" "Tae, what is this?" he said while throwing a paper on his table. Tae picked up the paper and read it. He got 47 out of 50 in his math test. He closed his eyes, taking a shaggy breath. His mother came and saw it also. She looked at Tae with angered eyes. Taehyung was hurt. He could not listen to his friends nagging every time, so he left from there to his room. But he forgot about Jungkook, whose eyes were red in anger. Tae was looking out of the window. Then he heard screams. His eyes blinded. He ran toward his parents' room, but to his horror, he saw their dead bodies laying on the floor. He fell on his knees and started to cry helplessly. He has no strength to tolerate this much pain and shock. Then his eyes fell on Jungkook, who was standing there, and his face was now visible. Jungkook looked at Tae and started to walk toward him. Tae was walking backwards. Jungkook smiled. Tae was about to run inside his room when Jungkook pulled him and kissed him in his room. Out of anger, Tae yelled at him, "I hate you, you are a murderer," crying his heart out. Jungkook did not like how his baby was saying to him. He kissed Taehyung softly and gently. Tae was shocked at the sudden kiss. Is he really this creepy and heartless to not understanding his situation? Jungkook said, "Love, I cannot see you like this." Taehyung was crying. Jungkook kissed his forehead and said, "Don't worry, my love. We will always be together. No one can apart us." And he kissed Taehyung, who was trying to push him away, but he stopped protesting. Cause he was not fighting with a human. Taehyung did not feel when Jungkook pushed a knife in his left chest, where his heart was beating. He did not feel anything. Everything happened so fast, and Jungkook's kiss was controlling Taehyung. Jungkook did not want to let Taehyung feel the pain of the knife. Maybe he was heartless for others, but not for his baby doll. His body dropped in Jungkook's arm, who was smiling. Taehyung's blood started coming out from his mouth. He slowly lost his grip on Jungkook's shirt and closed his eyes. His soul left his body but did not able to go out because Jungkook caged his soul with him for forever. He kissed Taehyung's forehead and said, "I love you so much, my child. I know you cannot tolerate this much pain, baby. I don't want you to cry for these humans who does not respect my love. You are mine, no matter how." His eyes turned into red, and fire started to spread everywhere. Jungkook held Taehyung's body in his arms and closed his eyes, engrossed the fire with Taehyung. The last moment he lovingly smiled. While looking at Tae, he really felt for a human beauty creature. He just wanted to be with him, no matter The destiny chosen, thank for him. He protected him in his way. He did not want to share his only belonging with another tangled Danny. He was not attracted or felt any feeling toward him, but cause Jungkook killed people makes him hurt and hate him. But after his death, he cannot distant or hate Jungkook because he himself won his destiny with his money. The end. This is my first time writing horror fiction. I feel like something is missing in the story, maybe horror things. I don't know how to add such a things in a story. So sorry. Big cookies. You can advise me if there is something which I am not good at adding, like emotions. Well, thank you for watching.